Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I wanted to present for you guys just quick cooking. I've done most of the cooking already, but there was almost no work involved. It was just leaving the potatoes in the oven for about 45 minutes. And this is going to be my first meal of the day. It's just under 1,200 calories. It's around 1,190 calories, and this is probably one of the highest satiation meals you could possibly make that still tastes good. It may not look good, but trust me, it tastes good if you cook it right. And it fits my macros pretty good, other than it's pretty fat deficient because there's only about 3 grams of fat in this whole meal. It's got 50 grams of protein, and again, as you guys know, I don't advocate the ultra high protein intake that the industry advocates. I stick more of what's been known to work for professional athletes. So for me, I only eat 100 to 160 grams a day, so this is 50 grams. This is 50% of my needs, probably 50% of most of your needs, because most of you are smaller than me. I am a 100-kilo power lifter. So my protein needs are probably higher than the majority of you. So it means most of you really don't need more than about 100 grams of protein at the most to gain tons of muscle. So sorry, I've got cats everywhere. Aries, get off there. And it's also got 45 grams of fiber in it, which is well over the RDA. So this contributes to the satiation. Now, because I'm using refried beans, vegetables, and potatoes, these are some of the highest satiation foods known to man. Let me get Aries off here again. The cats haven't been fed their lunch, so they're going to be in the way a bit. We just have to deal with that. All right, this is the only thing I really microwave. The refried beans, I just put the can in there, throw it in for 3 minutes. It doesn't look appetizing like that, but once you start dicing everything up, it can become so very quickly. So let me move the camera in a little bit. What I do first to get the most nutritional value out of this stuff is I dice a bell pepper up. I'm just using a yellow one here. Normally I use red. This just happens to be what I grabbed out of the pack. I'm getting low on red ones, and I need to use these up. Now, I recommend dicing these up really fine so that you don't have big chunks of it, so that it just blends into the taste. And I already took the core out already just to make this go smoother. And again, guys, I'm not a professional chef. My knife work is atrocious, so any of you who are serious chefs are laughing at me right now, and that's okay. But this keeps me from slicing my fingers instead of doing it the way most chefs do. Pretty straightforward. You just dice it up fine. If you want, you can throw more of these in because there's only like 18 calories in one of these. But they're very micronutrient rich. And what you're going to find is that this meal, when it's done, you know, you have your RDA on your fiber and 1,200 calories. Anyway, sorry about that interruption. And then next, we'll throw the spinach in. And as I was saying, you have over your RDA on your fiber. For most of you, this is going to be half of your protein in a single meal. You could break this up. And if the calories are too high, you could just use less potatoes. But I used a full can of the refried beans, and with spinach, even with washed spinach, you got to go through and pick out the parts that don't look that good, because you'll get a few leaves that have gone bad no matter what. Mine is pre-washed, but I always sort through that, because otherwise you end up getting sick from eating rotten leaves that you don't realize are in your food, because you can't taste the spinach when you do a dish like this. And there's no need to really measure spinach, because this looks like a lot of spinach. This is like 5 calories. There's no point in even measuring this out. What I always do with the spinach though, I dice this up extremely fine. Oops, got another bad piece in there. I tend to dice it up extremely fine because if you do that, you can't really taste it. You won't really notice the spinach leaves because it's blended into all the other food, and with the hot sauce and everything, you won't even notice the spinach in there. And again, 5 little calories of spinach like this actually has your RDA on things like vitamin K, probably vitamin C. Of course, you're getting that from the other stuff too. So again, a meal like this, you're hitting the RDA on probably 2/3 of your vitamins and minerals. Off of a single meal. And some of your micronutrients, you're hitting 3 to 4 times the RDA, which is really more than you would ever need, even under the most extreme of circumstances. So you throw all that in there. I'm going to use some of this Cholula hot sauce, which has virtually no calories in it. We're just adding extra peppers to it, which again adds vitamin C. It adds a lot of flavor. But this adds, again, a lot of vitamin C antioxidants. But the main thing is that it spices it up. Get this cutting board out of the way. Now that all of that is in the bowl, you just mix this up a bit. And again, it doesn't look very appetizing, but once you eat all of it, it's good. Now, you can do it this way, and this would just be eaten on the side with the potatoes baked as whole baked potatoes. I choose not to do that. I prefer to take these baby potatoes and I quarter them. And that is a full kilogram of potatoes. That is 770 calories of potatoes. If you want to lower the calories on a meal like this, this is most of your nutrition here. So you could just cut the potatoes in half. You could cut 300 or 400 calories of potatoes out. And I just put it all in here with a spatula. Use a no-stick pan because I don't cook with any oils of any type ever, for the most part. And if I want to add fats to my diet, I will add fats in other forms. I don't cook with oils to get fat. I try not to cook fats in general. So with something like this, if I wanted to add some fat to it, you could always just add some olive oil, or you could add some ground flax seeds to the mix and you won't taste them in the mix. And then once you have it all in the bowl, which again, this bowl is monstrous. This is, for most people, this would be several portions. All you do is just mix this up. And again, it doesn't look appetizing, but it tastes fantastic, and I will post macros for this down below. This meal is vegetarian friendly, vegan friendly. Pretty sure it's paleo friendly. Now, if anyone tries to say paleo men didn't eat beans and grains, they're full of shit. They don't know anything about archaeology. We've eaten beans, legumes, and grains virtually forever, but there's no grains in here. So there's also no gluten, so if someone has celiac disease, they can eat this. This meal will fit into virtually anybody's diet. Any religious group, any diet subtype you eat, you're good to go. Vegan, paleo, halal, kosher, you should be fine with any of them. Even Mexican, because it's got those refried beans. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh, Mount Bicephalus. Built by veggie protein.